Really what we want to do is just tell you a little bit more about our project, which has come to be known as ViaCycle through a process of trial, elimination, and wild brainstorming, and just how we went through the design process and what our vision is for it. So when we first started considering the Ford Sustainable Communities Challenge, we realized that there was a huge sustainability challenge right here in our backyard, and we only have to look out these windows at either 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock to see what that is. And we started doing some research on urban mobility and getting from point A to point B in cities. And some of us do that as part of our academic research as well, and we realized that the numbers are just staggering. As a country, we wasted 4 billion hours and 3 billion gallons of fuel a year sitting in traffic, and that's just, it's unnecessary. And it's only getting worse because cities are centralizing, the population is moving to urban areas. And so we started thinking about what we can do to solve this. So immediately, bike sharing popped out as a great solution because bikes are inexpensive, they're accessible, and a lot of people can use them. And even more so, when you're in a city, short-range transportation is usually very important. For example, right here in Atlanta, about 1/5 of us have commutes of 15 minutes or less, which is well within bicycle range. And also, we have a great transit system in the form of MARTA, but sometimes, especially with the light rail system, or with the rail system, it's hard to get from your station to your home or your station to your workplace. And so really that first and last mile is what we seek to address. So we thought that bike sharing was a great idea, but it has some limitations. And particularly in the US, we're such a car-centric culture, we don't want to share the road with bicycles. They're slow and they're not air conditioned. But we looked at some ways that we could get around the disadvantages, and one of those ways was removing infrastructure. So normally when you see a large bike sharing system, it has these kiosks, and you have to walk up to a kiosk just like an ATM almost, and you have to check a bike out. And they're not cheap, and you have to be able to find one to use a bike. And so we thought, why not just eliminate all that? If we can put the entire system on the bicycle, we can put these bicycles anywhere we want. It's completely flexible, it's completely distributed, and it also drives cost way down. So just as Jamie was talking about, you know, some of these systems aren't really applicable to universities. Well, we really wanted to make that an option, because right here in Georgia Tech's campus, we'd love to see bike sharing. We'd love to have that as one more alternative. So we started developing the system, and really our vision comes with sort of 3 groups. So we thought about our customer or our partner, in the case of Bike Emory, or possibly Georgia Tech, and we wanted them to be able to just give us their idea for a bike share and be able to set it up in any way that they want. The great thing about ViaCycle is that it's pretty nondescript, and you can really make it your own in terms of branding and image. We wanted to make it so that it was easily adoptable as possible. And then on our side, we wanted to provide the product, the IT services, and so really the way that works is you want to manage your bicycles. You want to know where they are. You want to know who's using them. You want users to be able to track, say, how far they've ridden, maybe calculate how much carbon they're saving. And so with ViaCycle, we're providing all that technology right at your fingertips. You can go online, you have a web interface, you can see where the closest bicycles are, and you can view all sorts of statistics. And then finally, probably the most important part is everyone here, the end user, and we wanted to take into account their feedback and give them different options in terms of how do you pay for something like this, etc. So finally came the problem-solving part, and how do we do this? And so basically there are 2 main elements. It's the equipment, which you're looking at right here with the bike, It's a bicycle with an electronic locking system. It's equipped with wireless and GPS technology, so it's always transmitting its location. It knows, for example, when it's in trouble. If somebody moves the bike and it's not checked out, it'll send us an SOS, so that really helps to cut down on theft and vandalism and things like that. And then, of course, the IT that goes into that, in terms of locating those bicycles when they're lost or when they need to be repaired, tracking usage, managing accounts, and controlling maintenance, payments, and distribution, things like that. So that's basically a quick overview of the system, and we as a team just wanted to thank everybody that's been working with us. You know, Ford, Emery, Bike South, Fuji have all been so gracious, and we couldn't have done it without any of them. So it's been a lot of fun, and we're really excited to share our vision with you. And we're also really excited to show you how it works in a few minutes. So.